From the Floor Concept Studios, ESPN Radio, all sports, all the time. Kentuckiana sports leader, 102.7 WLME, Lewisport. 102.7 MK.
Answers, Clarence. Roger. What's our vector, Victor? Hello, sports fans, and welcome to
Live at 5.
It's Live at 5, and it's brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. And now, your host for Live at 5, Stephen A. Turner.
We're on the air.
102.10.
Well, pony's starting early today, isn't it?
Answers, Clarence. Roger. What's our vector, Victor? Hello, sports fans, and welcome to
Live at 5.
It's Live at 5, and it's brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. And now, your host for Live at 5, Stephen A. Turner.
What's up and welcome to Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, dedicated to you, committed to justice. That's FWHlegal.com. Vic Evans in the Floor Concept Studios. Sometimes our intro's so nice we just got to play it twice. But we've got some special guests here. We're going to start the show off right off the top with our Green River Area Federal Credit Union guest of the game. We've got brand new Catholic head boys basketball coach Tabor Shadowin, along with Sully, Jake, and we got some other players with us here. And Coach, welcome to Live at 5. I mean, I think this is about the second time we've had you on since you got the job.
Second time, first time in the studio. A little different being in the studio, but appreciate you being flexible with us this week, Vic. And I'm glad we were able to get in here with you guys.
Yeah, I know you had some stuff come up at the last minute for Media Day, and we hate for anybody to miss the Media Day, and I always open up Live at 5 for anything. And my first question for you is, as you're getting your feet wet and getting into leading up to the opening of the season, how's things gone so far? Going
well, man. I think I've learned just as much as these guys have. It's been a good learning experience for both the guys and myself. What's cool is my relationship with the guys has not changed a bit. I'm a little bit more of the bad guy. I've told them I can't be the nice assistant coach as I have been the last few years.
You got to move. When you move down that one chair, you got to move from good cop to bad cop a little bit.
I've been a little tougher on them, but because we have that relationship, they've taken it well. I've been able to coach them a little harder, and we're missing our football guys right now, but we've still had some intense practices and started putting our twists on some things, but a lot of the same as far as what we've looked like in the past, as far as just competing really, really hard every day. So
you talked about that. I'm sure you're hoping you're missing your football guys well into mid-December. With the first week there. But you got 3 guys with us here. Tell us why. What about these 3 guys made you bring them with you today, or were you going to do it at Media Day?
Yeah, absolutely. Sully's a familiar one around the region. I don't think there's many in this region, really in this area of the state that can match up with Sully in the open court. Sully's a really, really special player with the basketball in his hands. When he can get downhill, there's not much that stops him. Jake Murphy. A lot of people know baseball, Jake Murphy. Not a lot of people know basketball.
Well, I do know what I know about him is there was a day, in the middle of towards the end of the year last year, we had a bunch of guys hurt. You go up to Meade County, and Jake Murphy puts up like 30 in a game that you guys won when you were playing like half your starters.
Right. Dramel, Luke, and Warren were all out that night. And Jake Murphy steps in, and he's guarding a player on that team that it's a high profile player, and Jake goes out and he leads us, and it was an emotional night for us as well. We had some things that had happened off the court that night, and Jake stepped up, and he really didn't surprise any of us in the locker room, but that is who Jake is, and I'm really excited for the third region to get to know Jake. He's going to bust on the scene this year. I'm really excited for Jake. Gavin Brasher, I think if you were to tell some of the people around the program a couple years ago that Gavin Brasher would be sitting with us here today, it would surprise a lot of folks. Gavin is very committed, very dedicated. He's became a knockdown shooter. He's a really, really smart basketball player. He's making strides defensively. And he's going to be a big part of what we are this year.
Well, we'll put Jake and Gavin. Let's have you fix your mic, get it right up there to your mouth a little bit so everybody can hear you. We'll start with Gavin and Jake, and I'm going to make it real easy on us. Give me a grade for Coach Shadowin here in this early part of the season, A to F. I mean, I'll turn his
Easy boys.
where he can't hear
Easy
you. I'll
boys.
turn it down. How's the transition been? We'll start with you, Jake.
I think it's been nice and smooth. I give him like a A-.
Okay, all right.
Room for improvement. Yeah.
Always remember. How about you, Gavin?
When we came in here as freshmen, he was our freshman coach, so I'll give him a 8 because we're all familiar with him.
Yeah, everybody knows him. And everybody has something in the offseason they've been kind of working on, for you two. What was something, if you look at last year going into this year, that you wanted to prove on, Gavin?
Just finding my shot more, creating for others, and just being a knockdown shooter.
I mean, if you're a knockdown shooter, that means you got green light, right? I mean, you always have the green light. Is that the plan?
Yep, that's the plan.
You got to love it when the coach shakes his head. How about you, Jake? What was something that you really wanted to work on?
Always wanted to keep improving my shooting and really wanted to get better defensively on the defensive end to help my team out on the defensive end.
We talked about this on media day, and Coach, to get your thoughts. I'd say you have to go back 15 to 20 years when you put the players in whatever order somebody's going to put them in, like 1 to 15. This may be as deep as the third region's been individually, talent wise, 1 to 15 in probably 15 or 20 years.
Absolutely. 2015 maybe 2016 around.
But even
that time.
2015 was a little top heavy.
Yeah,
it wasn't quite
for
as
sure.
deep, down through.
We had 7-8 teams that are really, really special as far as individual talent goes. I think we're in such a great spot. I was in an interview the other day and it was talking about the coaches in the region, and the coaches are great, and that's what attracts some of this talent. I think the 9th district is in a really good place. When you start talking about the Graysons and the Meads and the Muhlenbergs and the McLeans, in Ohio County now, it makes the region so much better.
Without a doubt.
We have the third region argument of the sports center and all that good stuff, but you show up every night. Now it's first round through the finals, and you have really, really good matchups. So the region is in a really, really good spot.
Jake as a scorer, we talked about, somebody had a big game last year against Meade, probably going to have to take a step forward, a more consistent score that you didn't have to do last year. Who's the one defender in the region that gives you the most trouble? Is there one out there that you can think of that off the top of your head?
Probably De'Aaron Watkins. He's a tough one. He's tough to get past.
He's tough
big.
for anybody. He's a big man. Yeah. Is it baseball or basketball? I mean, do you have a first love?
No, it's really just whatever's in season I'm in love with.
Okay, all right. And Gavin, is there any other sports that you play too?
No, just basketball.
Basketball only? All right. And, every coach comes in trying to put a stamp on it. I'm going to ask, Coach Shadowin, kind of what his stamp is. It's going to be a little different than Coach Riley. I'm not saying it's better or worse. Every coach has an individual. But if I could ask you, one key difference that you see so far, Gavin, from last year to this year, what would that be that you would point out?
He pushes individuality more. And Coach Riley kind of just as a team, but he just pushes everybody specifically as a person, and a teammate.
How about you, Jake? Is there something that stands out for you that, like I said, it's not better or worse, it's just a little different that maybe as a player you had to get used to early on? Yeah,
I just feel like there's a little more leniency to it, and we can have more fun with it. Go out there and have fun.
Okay, I'm gonna have you pass your headset over to Sully here, and Coach. I mean, we talked about this. When we had you on Live at 5 after you got the job, and things that you wanted to put your stamp on the program. And I'm not. From where you started day one to where you guys are at now, do you feel like you're making headway in that? I mean, it's going to be a long process.
Yeah, sure. Got the job right there at the end of May.
Right.
And you're right into summer
ball.
Games. So there's not a whole lot of practice into it. So I was really happy when open gyms came around and October 15th got here. So we're able to get up and down a little bit more. We're wanting to play up and down a little bit more. I think we have a chance to be really, really elite defensively. We don't have the height that some of the other teams, but we're really, really long.
Gotta get John Paul out there playing. You could just put him as a Volkswagen in the middle of the court.
Listen, I've tried to keep JP as secret as long as I can, but that's out of the picture now.
Yeah,
that's out of the picture. But
I was talking to Barrett. Barrett's my my cousin. Yeah. And I was asking him about, when I knew JP was big, and I went down to the Bowling Green game and saw him for the first time, standing next to him. Yeah. And I asked Barrett, I was like, what's it like going up to him in practice every day? He said, it's literally like trying to move a Volkswagen. Sure, it's just that big.
Yeah, we have an assistant coach, Leo, and he's about the only one that we'll allow to go because we don't want anybody else to get hurt. But no, it's been good. We feel that we can be elite defensively, and because of that, we know that we're gonna be able to get up and down. So so we've been toning in on our transition principles. a lot of 5-on-5 up and down transitional stuff. I haven't done a ton of install because, to be honest with you, we don't have a lot of our key rotational guys. So doesn't make a ton of sense to do a lot of install right now. So we've been playing a lot up and down. We're wanting to play a little faster this year. Really lock in on the defensive end and have a free-flowing, open transitional game.
And I know Coach Shadowin said the same thing. I called a lot of games last year, and I'm not sure there's anybody with the ball in his hands that can get from free throw line to free throw line at the pace Sully can at times. And, Sully, what was something in the offseason that maybe you wanted to improve on that when this year's over with, you look back, you said, okay, this is what I want to get better at, and this is what I got better at?
Really my ball handling, my shooting, my getting my teammates involved,
A little more facilitator as far as there were times last year I guess you could be a score first point guard, but how's that gone to try to facilitate a little more? Do you feel like you're making progress in that area?
I mean, yeah, my teammates are pretty knockdown shooters now. Like they been improving a lot.
Okay.
Gavin improved a lot. Jake improved a lot. Jamel.
Who's the funny guy on the team? Who's the guy that can crack jokes and just kind of loosen the mood when things aren't going well?
It might be me or T. I don't know. It might be me or T, maybe. Yeah.
Is he right? Is it Sully, Gavin?
Yeah, he can be funny sometimes.
All right.
Miles Grant. I think Miles Grant's got something to say about that.
Yeah,
too.
talk about like the guys, as you getting ready for basketball. You don't have all your team there because they're in football, but talk about that, Sully. I mean, this is coming from where you came. I mean, American football is different. When you first got here, did you understand it much?
I mean, I still don't really understand football much. I would not lie to you.
No, but do you go out on Friday nights and then are you going to be there Friday for the playoff game and cheering your buddies on?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what other sports besides basketball did you play growing up?
Track. I ran track.
A lot of track?
Yeah.
And still run track?
No, not anymore.
Nah. I've never seen anybody who either is a cross-country runner or, miler or they're never smiling when they're running. No, so if you're not smiling, why do it, right? I mean, that's what it is. But, I asked Jake the same thing. Is there a guy in the region defensively that gives you a little more trouble than anybody else out there? Or, last year maybe?
I mean, no, not that I could think of, to be honest.
Okay.
No.
How long was it after that tough loss to Grayson County in the first round of the regional tournament before you were back in the gym working out and letting that drive you a little bit, Sully?
The next day.
Next day?
Yeah, that was right after, yeah.
And Coach, I know you were on the staff last year too, and as a coach, that's probably the same thing. That game gets over. I've always said the worst thing about coaching always is that the highs are never quite as high. Sure. As the lows are low. Right. Like that you remember the losses. Sure. The wins, it's all about the guys and the relationships, but those losses kind of eat at you.
It's funny you say it. We talk all the time about turning the page. We turn the page. I found myself the other day bringing up that Grayson County game. I'd watched film on it the other night, and I'd brought something up, and I was kicking myself after we left practice. But it does stick with you. But, that's part of the reflection as a coach and just finding ways to get better. And, we've went back and we've watched that game as, we even looking back at the first round of district, and even district championship game, we were, in years past, we've been playing our best basketball at that time. And, we really didn't. We really didn't. So, that's been part of dissecting of how we need to get back to that, of playing really good basketball in late February, early March.
I'm wondering, Sully, because like in the last few years, with Biteman and some of the guys that you had coming back in pieces you guys were one of the hunted out there. And then this year, when people list teams out there that are the regional favorites, we're always saying, hey, a lot of people aren't giving Owensboro Catholic enough credit. They're a little under the radar. Does that kind of drive you a little bit better to go out and do some hunting this year than people hunting you?
It for sure does.
How much do you read things and look at polls like that and stuff? I mean players look at. I know it doesn't mean anything, but I mean players look at it too, don't they? Never look at hold on, we're like 7th in the region. Come on.
I really didn't even know that, to be honest with you.
Well, we haven't put one out there, but there's some other ones out there. How about you? Do you look at the stuff that's out there on different boards or different polls that go out? Cat's Paws polls, the Live at 5 Owensboro Health Top 10. Do you ever look at that, Gavin?
I look at it from time to time, but I don't really pay much attention to it.
Okay, all right. Don't let it feed you at all. All right. Well, Coach, we're glad to get you in here today and take it out. I know how's the being the Apollo guy that you are. I mean, how's life been at Calicut?
Sure. So I'm still teaching in DCPS. So I'm elementary school PE teacher. So I hear it constantly. A lot of my former teammates they're actually all in on it. So it's been cool. I don't mind the banter back and forth. But a lot of people that do it, they understand. They understand. So. They
when a job comes open, there's what 15 of them in the region,
and this one's special. A lot of people understand how special of a place Owensboro Catholic is. So
it's so special. You got maybe the guy that bleeds blue the most, Stephen A. Turner's now the voice of the Aces. And hey, listen, the Coach Moore show on Wednesday nights has been great. Starting in December. You've got your show coming along with Coach Robinson. We'll have the basketball show live from Old Hickory. You and Coach Robinson will be splitting weeks up.
Okay.
And so, that ought to be a lot of fun, too. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Well, guys, thank you so much. Good luck on the upcoming season. And then Steve will be joining me. What's that? I know. There you are. You come over. You got a question you want to ask him? I'll get up and let you ask a question here. And Stephen A. Turner will join me up next, live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, 1027 The Game. It's game on every weekday from 5 to 8 in the morning with Unsportsmanlike, brought to you by Floor Concepts. Catch Evan, Canty, and Michelle breaking down the biggest stories, the bonus stakes, and the realest reaction.
Foreman Watson
only
Holtry have handled thousands of personal injury lawsuits. We know how a serious injury can change your life forever. If you've been injured, the attorney you choose to represent you is critical. Put our reputation and resources to work for you. Let us fight your battles and wage your wars. Find out why FWH Legal is an award-winning personal injury law firm. Foreman Watson Holtry, committed to justice.com.
And personalized service. Join the community that cares about your financial well-being. Visit Greener Area Federal Credit Union at one of our 3 locations in Henderson, Greenville, or Owensboro and experience the difference today. Your money, your future, your credit union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Travis Holtry. At Foreman Watson Holtry, we're not just your trusted local attorneys. We're your neighbors and proud supporters of Kentucky Sports Radio. Just like a game-winning shot by UK at the buzzer, we're here to deliver results for you when it counts. Whether it's navigating complex legal challenges or celebrating the next big win by UK on the court, we're with you every step of the way. Tune in to KSR Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. And remember, Foreman Watson Holtry, dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
Southwire in Hallsville has been family-owned since 1950 and strives to be generationally sustainable for years to come. They are one of the leading manufacturers of wire and cable used in the transmission and distribution of electricity. Southwire delivers power to millions of people around the world. Their mission, to be a preferred provider of solutions to the electrical industry by providing innovative products and services with exceptional quality and delivering on our promises. They also are proud supporters of all Hancock County athletics. Go Hornets!
Backed by popular demand, Legendary Pools and Spas by John Maurice is here. If John has built your pool or spa in the past and it needs service, repairs, or just a little attention, he's ready to take care of you. He loved to hear from his former customers, and if you're new, now is the perfect time to see why his work is legendary. Call Legendary Pools and Spas by John Maurice at 270-316-1007. Reconnecting with customers, one pool at a time.
It's truck season at Champion Ford, and that means big savings on America's #1 selling trucks. Take command of the legendary 2025 F-150, just $44,990 with 0.9% APR, or lease for $499 a month with 0 down, or choose the powerhouse 2025 Ford F-250 Super Cab 4x4, $5,400 off MSRP. Hunting season, tailgating season, truck season, only at Champion Ford in Owensboro. ChampionOwensboro.com.
Hey, Chris, can you fix my leak?
Yes, we can. Hi, I'm Chris Estes, owner of Above All Roofing and Seamless Gutters. From your windows leaking air to installing new energy-efficient windows, we can do it. 313-4275. Gutters leaking, past few rain, Get new 5 or 6 inch gutters with guards. You have a roof leak? We can install a premium roof on your house or business. We have an affordable solution for all your leaks. 270-313-4275.
Life happens fast, but with the right insurance, you can be ready for anything. At Home Mutual Insurance, we've been protecting homes and autos for generations. Whether it's storm damage, a fender bender, or just peace of mind, we've got you covered. Located at 532 Main Street in Tell City, our team is ready to find the perfect policy for you. Call 812-547-2363 or stop by for a free quote. Because at Home Mutual Insurance, we treat you like family.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios. Big thanks to Tabor Shadowin, who I'm 0 for 2 in interviewing. I missed the last one. I was out on a work trip today. I mean, Owensboro traffic did me no favors.
You were running all over God's creation, though.
Yeah. Tell you what, if you're out there and you're listening, you know any local driving instructor schools for kids that are out of high school. My middle daughter, Maddie, she could certainly use some lessons because I'm tired of being a taxi, man.
Yeah, I think we're trying to tell her.
What's up with kids these days not having any interest in driving, man?
Well, you know what you ought to do?
Yeah.
You tell her, listen.
I'd love to know.
Yeah, here's what I would do. Say, okay, it's very easy. You can either, get an Uber, or hold on, or
that might motivate her a little bit.
Or you're gonna pay me. You're going to pay me what the Uber makes.
You know what? Let's get to that point.
I mean, if the Uber's going to make this amount of money for the drive, then you need to get like a little bean counter there, and every time when you get there, say, that'll be $22. And I guarantee you she'll get her license, Steve.
I mean, she's uber talented, super
she
smart,
is.
Right? She took a year off. She went to Western, take a year off. She's coming back working at TJ Maxx, and they had to get from TJ Maxx to right here over on Allen Street, all the way over to the Dipper, and then here by 5. And I was almost here. I missed it by like 2 minutes. It was a city bus that stopped several places along Sherman
It was
Road.
probably Seth. I don't know what route Seth has. My son Seth just got a new job.
2 minutes
driving an Owensboro City bus.
I was really looking forward to talking to him. I believe we got everything settled with Old Hickory, and I think we maybe have some Tabor Shadow and coaches shows coming.
We do, yeah. His first one will
get
be
to talk to him
December
at some
10th.
point. Yeah, looking forward to.
We'll keep it on Wednesday nights, and him and Coach Robertson will swap back and forth weeks.
It's got to be tough, for Tabor. His first year being a head coach, his first year being a head coach at Owensboro Catholic, and then what that entails. I mean, even the greatest coaches of all time are going to struggle early because half your roster's playing football.
No,
there's some pretty good players that were sitting in here.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of them playing football, and not only that, the pressure builds because you're following a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, yeah, and that's true.
You know what? You're
Oh.
following not only a Hall of Famer, you're following a guy that was the greatest coach in that school's history, and it's not even remotely close.
I mean, full transparency, most coaches in this situation, I would think, okay, this is a tough situation. But I don't have to feel that way about Tabor.
No. Guys, he's very.
He's obviously going to have to learn a lot. I mean, he's young. I mean, but he will learn it.
Yes.
And I mean,
they're in good hands in the future.
He's going
going
to be a
forward.
tremendous coach for Owensboro Catholic. Looking forward to it. And they got good players. I mean, at the end of the day, when they get their full stable of guys, they're going to be a really good team. And like I say, there was some good players in here today. I truly think Jake Murphy's going to take a massive step forward in the region this year.
I think he's one. We always ask, people you don't know, but I think if you look at it and go, okay, who has the biggest jump in statistics?
Yeah.
To me, in that region, it's probably going to be Jake Murphy because he was with Bikeman, with other guys, he wasn't asked to score a lot. But I think this is a guy that can average. I don't even know what his average was last year, but this is a guy in my book that could probably average 14 to 18 points a game.
Yeah, I put right now I'm working on my Bluegrass Preps previews. I'm doing about 5 teams a day. I'll finish them up tomorrow, and that'll be posted on Monday. So we'll talk about that Monday. But I want to I'll put all the players that are potentially first or second teamers, on a list at the bottom, and all these guys are on. I mean, this region is loaded.
It
If
is.
you're on the second team, you're a heck of a player. And Murphy was one of the guys I put down there, and it was like I think he was averaged like 6-point-something points a game or something last year. But I mean, that's last year,
right?
I think the jump that he's going to make is going to be huge, and I think he'll be in the conversation for a first or second team all third region type of player. But we'll switch gears a little bit. Download that Owensboro radio app because tomorrow it's playoff time.
It is playoff time.
I want to give a shout out, man. We got a little bit of a change, right? I did it for Danos yesterday. Thank them for what they've done for us here on Live at 5. How about Right Implement? I mean, we're saying goodbye to them temporarily, right? I mean, we welcome them back anytime. But there was a couple situations where there might have not have been, and this is back when we first came over to Cromwell. It's not the machine that it is now. Back then, Right Implement literally saved sports that year because we weren't going to be able to broadcast. We weren't going to be able to afford to broadcast it. And Right Implement stepped in and made sure that was possible. And they've been on board ever since on 102.7 The Game and the Red Devil Game of the Week. And they're stepping aside, but I definitely wanted to highlight them today as a great partner. And be sure and keep them in mind in the future when you're making your decisions on farm equipment.
You think back to what 6 years ago, of where sports is here at Cromwell Media now and where it was 6 years ago.
Touch and go there for a bit.
And it's night and day. Yeah, but you're right there. Without Right Implement, I'm not sure we ever get football that year of the COVID year. I'm not sure we get
they lifted us off, man.
Basketball, and then we may not have had baseball when it came back. I mean, a lot of that had to do with Right Implement stepping up and saying, no, we want all these sports on the radio, and without them, I'm not sure. If that doesn't happen then, I'm not sure I'm here at Cromwell, and I'm not sure that it is what it is now.
Yeah, and I don't want to say, saying when one door closes and the other one opens, that door's like kind of cracked. I mean, I think Right Implement will return.
Right.
But in the meantime, because it was cracked for this place too, how about More Automotive?
The More Automotive team.
And, going to be our title sponsors for the 102.7 Game of the Week and the Red Devil Game of the Week. And courtesy of them, you'll hear Barron and Apollo tomorrow on 102.7 with Vic and Brigance. And then over on VJS, you'll have the opening game of the playoffs for the Red Devils as they take on Grayson County with the Dan and Dave show over there. Should be two, I think Owensboro will be heavily favored. There'll be two great broadcasts, so download that Owensboro radio app.
Yeah, it will be two great broadcasts. And like I said, they've signed on for the from now until next year all the way through. So it'll be the More Automotive Game of the Week and Red Devil Game of the Week, and for playoffs, for basketball, for baseball, and for next regular season in football. So it's going to be great.
I'm a little bit robotic, so I'm going to do the best I can to make sure I nail those.
Oh, I'm really worried about it.
I've been saying I haven't had to do that part.
I've been saying Right Implement Game of the Week for 5 years now, and all of a sudden, and I love Don Moore and all they do.
It's just you're kind of robotic. It's in your brain. You're getting burned into your brain.
It's kind of like Foreman Watson. You know how it is with Dedicated to You Committed Justice, where it used to be
took me 6 months to get that thing.
Remember, it used to be one call for injury law.
Yes, there was a couple different ones.
Right, but I remember that one.
Yeah.
One call for injury law. But then it's now, it's Dedicated to You. If they switch it over, look out.
Yeah, shout out to Travis Holtree for not switching that up on me lately, because you know how I am. I'll just do whatever's in my brain.
I've got a surprise coming for you, though. I will tell you that. Not today.
Okay.
Like in January.
Man, whew, don't need any big surprises.
In January.
Man, also 102.7 The Game on social media. Get your picks in. As a matter of fact, tonight you'll have Henderson County, a 4-6. They go on the road to 2-8 Meade County. And this game, man, it comes down to can Henderson stop Meade on the ground?
Yes.
And I think
Why rainy?
I think if they can slow them down on the ground, I think Henderson has a big advantage. But that Meade County defense is pretty good too. And so I kind of expect a somewhat low scoring game tonight.
I don't see. I look what Henderson did to Hoptown and some other schools. When Belt's playing at quarterback, they can be very dangerous. So I think this is a Henderson. I'm going to go Henderson County.
I'm taking Henderson,
and I think Henderson wins this game like 35-14. Now because Belt was our Colonel of the Week, 2 weeks ago, and if he's playing, I just think this could be a really good offensive team. I know they had a lot of injury problems at the quarterback spot.
I think
Belt's missed plenty of games.
I think Meade will rise to the occasion for the playoffs. Coach Powers has got them playing their best football of the season right now. So I would think something like a 28-14 type of score,
yeah, I can
somewhere in
I can
that
see that.
ballpark. You know, the winner goes to McCracken. So I mean, I think if Henderson takes care of business tonight, you know how they play McCracken.
I will say this: I wish I was
sky's the
there
limit.
tonight just to see one time where Rainey's up at the middle, and you get that meeting of Rainey and Jack Ryan Roosh.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's like the
Man on
immovable
man.
optic meeting.
That's two guys. I don't know if JRR has got a college offer yet, but those are two guys, man. We would love. I like Tyrone Young. You know,
Yeah,
get
there you
over
go.
there
Yeah.
in purple. We already mentioned Tyrone last night on the Jason Moore show with Caden Conkerite. His recruiting is wide open right now. So you're talking about dudes with heart. That have motors that never stop. Those three cats right there.
Don't look at the size. Just
put them on
listen,
your roster.
You and
Put 'em
I
in the
both.
weight room.
We've been calling GMAC games. If Wesleyan was to bring Caden Conkrite in, by the time he's a sophomore, I'm not going to say he's going to go in there and play immediately because he's got to get. He would make plays in the GMAC.
Oh yeah, you get him in this. And I think he's a kid too that would be patient. That would work his way into the roster. And I mean, to get him in a weight room and continue get him in a way as if he hasn't already been. But I think that speed, and I think there's different places that Coach Fraze could put him in and really.
He would
reap
look
the
really good
benefits.
on your NASCAR package.
Yeah, man, just get after it a little bit. But man, that's the only game tonight. We were kind of wondering if any more may switch, but that was the only one in our area that changed. I know tomorrow the Three Stooges will be over there, courtesy of Owensboro Garage Doors at Steel Stadium, as the Aces open play against Fort Campbell in the playoffs. Heavily favored there. That offense. Talk about NASCAR. I mean, they're averaging since week 5. I think they're averaging a minute and 10-second drives to end in touchdowns on an average. So maybe less than that actually. But we'll have it for you on K News tomorrow night over on WBIO. The Hornet Game of the Week brought to you by Commonwealth Road Products. It'll be Hancock County and Caldwell County at GN Excavating Stadium. It's a good matchup. I like Hancock in the game, but I think it could go either way. It should be a tremendous game tomorrow night on WBIO.
Yes, I like Hancock too, but I'm like, I say that. I'm 50-50 because I think Caldwell's a really good football team. You're talking about 6-4 versus 7-3. I'm assuming Eubanks is going to go back to be quarterback. I would think so.
I would think it'd be interesting. You go with a freshman in the final week, and then you just roll with him into the playoffs. But Eubanks has been a steady hand, and they have other guys that can run it too.
Yes.
So I think maybe you go back to what got you to this spot.
Listen, when there's two teams that are this close, and I know it sounds weird, but I think that they're fairly close. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the one big advantage that Hancock has is Anthony Dubon, the kicker. I mean, he's had a great year. He's got a nice leg.
I like it.
How about like a field
Hidden
goal
element of the game.
How about a field goal late to win this
I
thing
love it.
from Dubon?
Yeah, we'll break them down a little bit more in depth tomorrow, and then pick the games that are taking place. But how about 97X, another one that could go either way? Complete toss-up down in Crittenden County is Jalen and company will be down there. Caleb, Katie Gunterman, 97X Cougar Game of the Week as McLean County takes on Crittenden County.
Yeah, I want to give another shout-out, too, to a great partner of ours, Sacramento Deposit Bank, who's the Player of the Week sponsor for both McLean and Muhlenberg. When you go into the playoffs, the KHSA always wants their money.
Yeah.
And so, if you're going to live stream, it costs. And it's not cheap.
It doubled this year.
Yes, it doubled this year.
It's inflation.
So
everything goes up except our pay.
How about Sacramento Deposit Bank stepping up and saying, hey, we want the live stream to be, so you're going to have the KT Gunterman Shelter Insurance Game of the Week, and then it'll be the live stream brought to you by Sacramento Deposit Bank. And that's big because we saw it in the regional tournament in basketball. I mean, when you go live stream those games, it's not cheap.
No, it's not. No. So big shout out to them for making that possible. And for the folks that couldn't make the trip, that's a road game. I mean, Hancock County, they're live streaming too, right? I mean, I would assume.
Yes.
They always do.
Yeah,
Third
3
Region
RSN
Sportsnet.
is doing that.
And so, I mean, they have a number of different businesses that make those possible. But that one's a little, I don't want to say it's less important because there's still parents and grandparents. We talked about this live stream thing before that can't make it to Hancock County. But for the McLean County fans that can't go all the way to Crittenden, I mean, that's huge. for Sacramento Deposit Bank.
Been down have you ever been to Crittenden?
No, I couldn't even point it on the map.
I've been there a couple times. The OVL used to have a team in Crittenden County, Marion.
Okay. Marion. Okay. Well,
the Marion Bobcats.
Just tell me what city, and I can connect the dots.
That's where it is, down there at Marion. I was going to go down and watch that game if I didn't have a game to call.
Yeah, that'd be a good one, man. I mean, I think tomorrow night, tomorrow on Live at 5, when we break these games down, I think we'll have some good ones to talk about. That Apollo Barron game is going to be a real tough one to pick.
Looking forward to it. Yeah. I'm looking forward to calling that one. I think that game could be a shootout in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I expect Max to step up tomorrow night. I don't know. I just think he's a gamer, man.
I do too.
I think he's going to put it on himself to play some of his best football this season. And it's not all on Max, to be clear. It's a team sport, but I think Apollo is in good shape tomorrow if they don't beat themselves.
That's always a big key.
That's the key.
Can't have dumb penalties.
They're bigger opponent, and no disrespect to Barron, because, I mean, they've played a really tough schedule. But tomorrow, Apollo's biggest opponent on the field is themselves. I mean, don't beat yourselves, and I think you're going to round 2. It's that simple. But we'll talk about it more tomorrow. We'll move it on. We got Above All Roofing True or False coming up after the break here in just a little bit. But I want to dive into the NFL a little bit because we haven't talked about it all week, and you got some movement as things we're at the halfway point of the season, right? I mean, it's kind of pointless to talk about standings early in the year, but right now, man, things are kind of starting to materialize. We'll start in the NFC, and I'll just run down the list of teams that from top to bottom, and you tell me what you think. I mean, Eagles are 6-2. I mean, when this thing's all said and done, are you buying the Eagles as the number 1 overall seed?
I mean, probably. So they made some great moves. You go out and get Alexander, and Harry Rosen knows how to go out and get the guys when they're at the lowest value, and they seem to get.
They got Phillips from Miami too, the pass rusher.
Yeah, so I want to see how those things do, but I still just think there's something. I know people always say it's not, or the Eagles say it's not. I still just don't buy that locker room being that great with A.J. Brown. And
I mean, I would think that if there was as much trouble as we think there is, that they would have moved him. But Howie's like, I'm not moving a great
here's the
talent
thing.
like that.
I know, but here's
maybe
the
it's
thing.
like the GM says he's a great player, and the coach is like, get rid of this guy.
I always think it's tougher that second year after you won the Super Bowl ring because now you got your ring.
Yeah.
And then now the diva comes out even more.
That's true.
Because now I've got my ring. I've solidified that. Now I want my numbers. We'll see.
I'll tell you one guy that doesn't feel that way is Jalen Hurts. He's an absolute stud, and I
still think he's a little overrated.
I don't know. He's a winner, man. I mean, he's a winner. I mean, what else can you say? And I'll tell you, the game on Monday night, as the Eagles travel to Green Bay, should be a great one. Green Bay is like Jekyll and Hyde, man. I mean,
when Love plays like Love's supposed to play, but I mean, he's had that game against the Panthers where he was terrible. He had another game earlier in the year
every 3 games
where he was terrible. But I still think Green Bay is a very dangerous team. I still like the Lions.
Loaded.
I still like the Lions coming out of this.
Well, let's go. Conference. So if you had to pick the biggest challenger to the Eagles to be the 1 seed in the NFC, who would you say it is?
The Lions.
That's fair. I mean, the Lions right now are sitting in the 7th seed at 5-3. Of course, it's only halfway. There's a lot of football left to be played. I'm kind of buying Tampa Bay as that team because their division's not
so
very
bad.
good.
Yeah, I mean, they very well could be. I mean,
I say that Carolina's right there on the doorstep at 5-4. No one's talking about how good.
Here's the thing: if Bryce Young doesn't miss that game out,
the Andy Dalton, Bills game.
I'm not so sure they're not
they're
6-3.
And then Atlanta's, who knows what you're ever going to get out of Atlanta. And then, of course, the Saints are one of the worst teams in football. But that's why I like Tampa. I think their division is the weakest.
It is.
So if the Eagles to me, the Tampa's the biggest challenger because when the Bucs are fully healthy, man.
Well,
I know they've been banged up on the outside.
The second worst division is also the Eagles, because you got the Cowboys and the Giants. And
the Eagles is the first
probably.
Worst. It's the worst division.
And the Cowboys. And prayers up to the family down there in Dallas. They had
terrible deal.
Yeah, it was a terrible deal. That was way too young.
No doubt. No, and coming off a big play.
You score your first NFL touchdown.
It's tough, man. It's a sad story for sure. But we'll see. I mean, Dallas made some moves. I mean, their offense has been great all year. They did not look good though. On Monday.
Listen,
night.
Dallas is. I don't think these moves are going to help. I mean, I will say this. To me. I know like in baseball, when you get to the trading deadline, you can make moves, and you've seen it happen. 1 year where the Braves were so far back, come in and get Fred McGriff and then win the division. I think that's a lot tougher to do in football.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think the moves you make.
It's one thing if you're like, like the Eagles, a pass rusher away from maybe being a Super Bowl champion.
Well, you can just turn a guy loose, or you
traded
go
the best one of the best defense. I'm gonna say the best, one of the best defensive players in football for 2 first-rounders, and then you go and you flip one of these first-rounders for Williams, who's not even close to being as good a player as Micah Parsons.
Here's what you did. You traded a first-rounder. You traded Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
And all you got for it was 1 first-rounder, Quentin Williams. You also threw in Mays and like a second round and a first-rounder there. Really wasn't that great of a trade.
No, I mean,
when you look at the whole thing, I'd much rather.
It's literally Jerry just being in the headlines. It's like, oh man, we lost on Monday night, man. Let's go make a move. And I mean, I think they're making the move anyway because he already announced it to the world that they had a big trade brewing.
It's Jerry knowing that his time on this planet's short and he's not been in the playoffs much.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know about. I got some solid defensive tackles, man, with Williams and Kenny Clark.
And I do like the pickup of Logan at the linebacker spot. I mean, they're going to be. But here's the thing: when all your D-backs, you had to pick them up off the carpet from Target out there working with your daughter. I don't know if you really no matter how good your line is.
Yeah,
and you still don't have any outside pass rushers.
Who's winning the NFC West?
Rams.
I'm taking Seattle. I don't know, man. That McVay's pretty tough. They're 6-2. Seattle is 6-2. The Rams are 6-2.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rams. I mean, McVay. I'm gonna give
McVay's probably. But I tell you that cat out there in Seattle's. He's off to a pretty good start.
Isn't that a former McVay guy too?
I think he was the Ravens defensive coordinator.
Okay, you're right. You are right.
It's been a long day. I don't know why his name's escaped me. That's a shame because he's in the mix for Coach of the Year right now, and I can't even tell you what his name is. But the Seahawks. I mean, I'm a Darnold guy. Him and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
I think when it comes down,
incredible.
Jackson Smith and Bigba has been unbelievable. Maybe the best wide receiver in football.
Yeah. No. I mean, he's leading the league in receiving by like 200 yards.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
Darnold's rolling.
I know what you love. I know Justin Jefferson is your guy, but I'm thinking for this year, right now, he's playing better than any receiver in football.
Well, he's also in a better situation.
Right, you had Carson Wentz throwing to you.
Yeah, I mean, we had a guy with one arm throwing to us for a couple games.
I know you got some. Here's an NFL question for you.
All right,
I want to see because I don't. Did you watch Get Up this morning with Greeny where he talked about like the whole group chat? The whole group chat of all his Jets fans are saying that the moves that the Jets have made, think about it, the next, 3 years, they got 5 first-rounders.
Yeah.
It's to go out and get Joe Burrow.
Oh.
Can you see that? If you're the Bengals and they dangle 5 first-rounders for you, do you take that move?
But why? Okay, I did hear the midday. That's the only thing I've really done today is heard the midday show on ESPN. They were talking about, it was a GM. It might have been Banner who was on there with Rich Eisen today and said that, the Jets did trade away. They traded away 2 big prospects under the age of 28 when you talk about Williams and you talk about Sauce Gardner, right? And you traded those away, you got 3 first-round picks in return. Okay, well, if you hit on them, you hope they're as good as Williams and Sauce Gardner. So my thing is, if you're the Bengals, I mean, unless you're just convinced that Joe Burrow will never be healthy, that would be ridiculous. That would be absurd. You couldn't offer me enough first-round picks to trade.
I'm just asking. No, but how about if Joe Burrow decides he wants out of Cincinnati? Well, I mean, when a player listen, it doesn't matter how good you are, or it doesn't the team when the
Joe Burrow.
Look what Micah Parsons did.
But Joe Burrow has no argument. The dude hasn't been on the field.
Well, I'm just saying
like 6 games
because he's never had a line in front of him. He's got Zach Taylor as his quarterback.
That's true.
Like you saw quarterback last year. Like he was running that team.
Point. I mean, that's
like if you're Joe Burrow, you got enough money now. I mean, let's be honest. If Joe Burrow wants to sit out, he can sit out the kingdom come, and he's not going to be hurting for money.
No. Oh, no.
So
100%.
Force the hand and get out of Cincinnati. If they're not going to get rid of Zach Taylor, hit the road, Joe.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Why not?
But I mean, here's the thing. If you're Joe Burrow, the only place worse than Cincinnati to go would be the Jets.
Maybe you like Aaron Glenn.
Look
Maybe
at what Aaron Rodgers did for the Jets.
But it's a whole new thing.
Look at what he is doing.
But here's the thing. Aaron Glenn has shown that, hey, This is not my guy. I don't care how good you are. You're not buying in, out the door.
Okay.
Sauce Gardner, not my guy. You're not buying in. You're having problems, out the door.
Okay.
I'm just saying maybe it's – I'm not saying it is,
Yeah.
but maybe it is.
I can't put my eggs in the Aaron Glenn head coaching basket right now. I mean, and say that I'm convinced.
I mean, he's only got one win.
Changing the culture. in
But
New
we'll
York.
see.
I think. I mean, it's going to take.
But to change the culture, you had to get rid of some
You're right.
problem people.
No.
I think Quentin Williams was.
And following the blueprint that he had with Dan Campbell at the Lions,
That's what they did.
That's what you're seeing a little bit. I mean, at the end of the day, if the Jets don't get a quarterback, it doesn't matter what they do.
100%. And if
having a quarterback,
if you look at it,
since
you got all these
Sanchez,
picks.
He's in prison now.
You got all these picks. Do you want like Fernando? The IU quarterback who I think. I mean, I'm not sure in the next couple of years. Maybe you wait and get CJ Carr in a few years.
There's always guys at the top that can play a little bit if you find the right one. The Jets may not. I mean, it may not be the right team to try to pick the right one. But move it over to talk about really quick. So Philly, Tampa, Seattle, Green Bay.
Yes.
And you think the Lions are winning that division over Green Bay?
I think so.
Okay. Green Bay's already got the win head-to-head.
I know.
It was in Lambeau, though. And then you've got the Rams, the 49ers, and the Lions. That's your 7 playoff teams right now. Does that change at all?
I can't see a team outside of them making it. I mean,
49ers, I'm not.
Maybe the 49ers tank because it's all smoke and mirrors.
And the NFC West teams could beat up on each other a little bit.
Right.
Chicago's sitting there at 5-3. They're about to go the other direction. Their schedule, they beat a bunch of bad teams. And Carolina at 5-4. I mean, I can't fully buy in to being a big team.
But I still
what about
think
your boy JJ? Has he got a shot to turn the Vikings around?
Yes.
Now that they're getting healthy?
I would say if I'm going to pick a team to go in there, I'd put the Vikings in there and take the Niners out because I think it's smoke and mirrors.
I'll tell you Monday. Was the game on Sunday more of who the Vikings – that's who I thought they were going to be is the team we saw Sunday. The other teams have played all the way up to that point. The first 8 weeks, I have no idea. So ask me on Monday. Let me see how they play against the Ravens, and then I'll be – Andrew Van Ginkel coming back healthy changes that whole defense. So, I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I think they're in the mix, but they won't be if they lose on Sunday. In the AFC side, Colts are 7-2, just made the move for Sauce.
I love that move by them.
I mean,
if
look at the top of the AFC.
Especially if you get Sauce, that was the first 2 years in the Jets, and I think maybe part of his problem was he decided on the whole thing.
Yeah, they got a really good secondary. I mean, Indy 7-2, New England 7-2, Denver 7-3, the Bills are 6-2. I mean, the top of the AFC is going to be fun to watch that play out. And then you've got the Ravens who are starting to, come on, and Pittsburgh sitting there at 5-3. That race should be fun to watch. I mean, the Chiefs are outside looking in right now. They're the 8th team in the AFC right now at 5-4. That loss to Jacksonville could loom large because Jacksonville's a game ahead of them. And they beat them, so it's kind of a two-game lead.
I will say, I say usually those trade deadline the deals don't really help much. I like what the Chargers did because you lost
you had to
go out and get the guy to play left tackle for you from the Saints. I love that move.
And that's kind of what the Vikings had to do last year. When Darisaw went down, it saved their season. They won 14 games. So I mean, some of those moves make more sense than others, like AKA Dallas. But we'll pause it right there for Karen Gross, realtor with RE/MAX Professional Realty Group. Your dream is her mission. Give her a call at 270-315-9810 or find her at KarenGross.net. It's Above All Roofing, true or false, to take you home on a Thursday live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
If hunger's calling you, go to Moonlight Barbecue. Stop in today, eat their buffet. You'll be satisfied and on your way. It's down on Parish Avenue. That's Moonlight Barbecue.
I'm Karen Gross, realtor with RE/MAX Professional Realty Group. Check out my listing on Pebblewood Drive. This 2024 new build was designed for modern living with energy-efficient LED lighting throughout, low-maintenance exterior finishes, and energy-efficient units that keep utility costs down. Enjoy the benefits of a huge level lot and privacy fence. Call or text me at 270-315-9810. I'm Karen Gross. Your dream is my mission.
Safety is key when replacing an outlet, so leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
Call 888
8 Sparky. Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Hey, it's Johnny Calhoun of Calhoun's Barbershop. Come see us at 452 East 18th Street. We're here early, Monday through Friday, 7 to 5:30, Saturday, 7 to noon. And as always, we don't want to be everybody's barber. We just want to be your barber at Calhoun's Barbershop.
Oh, cold and brisk autumn night, the spirits scream with much delight. Ghostly Productions provides the frights, getting ready for Halloween night.
The Hancock County Library is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We have activities for all ages. Visit hcplky.org today or call 270-927-6760. Hancock County Public Library, keeping you connected.
Join us at the Owensboro Health World Diabetes Day Expo on Thursday, November 6th. Drop in anytime from 3:30 to 6 p.m. for some fun and facts related to type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Whether you are a child or adult living with diabetes, there will be resources and activities for you. We're offering free A1C testing while supplies last. That's November 6th at the Owensboro Health Park. We're building a healthier, stronger community and striking back against diabetes. See you there.
Step into the unique world of Don's Consignment. Jewelry, furniture, new mattresses, and so much more. Need quick cash? Buy, sell, or trade here. Find us on Breckenridge Street or call 270-685-5015. At Don's Consignment, every deal is a discovery.
This is Clint McManaway with Hagen's Outdoor Equipment. The seasons are changing and it's time to shift gears to your fall and winter outdoor activities. Be sure all of your seasonal equipment is ready to work for you in the tough months ahead. And don't forget about the storage and winterization of your spring and summer equipment. Hagen's has all the parts, accessories, and new equipment to get you ready for the seasons. Hagen's Outdoor Equipment is a full-service dealership and we're here for all of your outdoor equipment needs. Now with 3 locations to serve you. Highway 54 in Philpott, Salem Drive in Owensboro, and Power Machinery on Highway 41 in Hanson, Kentucky. We appreciate your business.
This November, let your car shine brighter than ever with Sparkle Bright Car Wash. Sign up for any of our monthly membership plans, and your first 2 months are half off. At Sparkle Bright, we towel dry, vacuum, and make sure every spot is spotless, so your car looks showroom fresh every time. Don't miss out. Located at 620 Emery Drive, just next to Windy Hollow Biscuit House and the Skin Therapist. Roll into Sparkle Bright this November. Sign up and start saving. Need insurance? Call Gavin Roberts at Kentucky Farm Bureau in Owensboro. Gavin's the best home, auto, life, or farm. He's got you covered. Local, reliable, and on Frederica Street. 270-926-9600. Gavin Roberts of Kentucky Farm Bureau. Big on commitment.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studio. Thanks for picking me up.
Hey, no problem, man. That's what partners do, buddy.
Man, that's a big tag team effort. Big thanks to Owensboro Catholic for coming in and talking a little basketball with us. Let's go to our Above All Roofing, true or false, man. Don't forget about our friends over there at Above All Roofing.
Go see Chris Estes for all your roofing, siding, seamless gutters needs. He'll get you taken care of. And I got the first one for you. Mine's not a true false.
Okay.
It's kind of a question.
Okay,
it's just a question.
It's just a question.
Is the Zach Calzada money video that has been surfaced out there on social media a worse look for Calzada or the coach that handpicked him to be his mature #1 QB1?
I mean, it's probably a worse look for Calzada.
I don't know. I think it's both. I think it's a terrible look for both in the entire program.
We could just agree that it's a bad look. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Money. But, man, speaking of money, the folks down at Fairgrounds Speedway and Blake took very good care of me. Growing up, man, that place was like Talladega to me, Nashville Fairgrounds. They're having a huge weekend of racing down there. So true or false? And the answer's true. Just a spoiler alert. Race fans need to be at the fairgrounds on Saturday night or Sunday. I mean, Saturday night, you've got Keelan Harvick, the 12-year-old son of Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, who's going to be a star.
He's a phenom. Racing in the Pro Late Model race. Tristan McKee, truck driver. Hunter Wright's going for the title there Saturday night, so that'll be fun. I'll be there Sunday for the All-American 400. I've been going this race since I was 7 years old when Darrell Waltrip passed 7 cars in 3 laps, including Mark Martin, to win the All-American 500 back in 1987. Been going ever since, man.
There you go.
And looking forward to being there. Ty Majeski, the truck truck champ will be there. Jake Garcia, looking very forward to it. And my guy Casey Roderick will be down there as well. So shout out to Nashville Fairgrounds for
didn't Mark Green just make their Hall of Fame down there?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And Mark Day from Owensboro will be racing the pro late model race.
Keelan Harvick wins a NASCAR title before Denny Hamlin does.
Oh,
True.
Denny. That's brutal.
I got an NBA question
Brutal,
for
Denny.
you.
Brutal.
True or false? The Lakers are much better off if LeBron just stays hurt.
I was distracted because the text line lit up.
Okay.
No, ask me again, and I'm going to circle back.
True
to
or
this
false?
comment.
The Lakers are better off if LeBron just stays out of the game, stays hurt.
Caleb might be onto something with Reeves being the most underrated player. I mean, I've been watching all the NBA. it is. What
the
it
Lakers
is.
are like
It's kinda
7-2 without LeBron. Maybe you just tell him to stay away, like because you know he's going to try. I know he's going to try to dominate the basketball, and I don't know. Will LeBron just sit over and just be a stretch four and be a spot up 3-point shooter? Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, you load manage.
Okay, all right.
He's playing once a week or something.
What did the text line have to
the
say?
text line said, why would I watch racing when I can watch Kentucky football?
Well, racing is a lot more exciting than Kentucky
I'll tell
football.
you right now,
F1 is more exciting.
In the season, I'm watching F1 over Kentucky. What is Kentucky?
Have you seen that offense?
I mean,
it's terrible.
Forget the spread. True or false? You're taking Kentucky to beat Florida on Saturday.
False.
Yeah, I think it's false.
I think it's false. Auburn was just bad.
I said 13 points. They scored 10 points.
Yes, it was 10-3.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather watch
back, man. We won
I would
10-3.
rather watch paint dry than Kentucky's offense.
Hugh Freeze already had a beach vacation scheduled for the next following weekend. I mean, give me a break here.
True or false? I'll stay in the NBA since you've been watching so much NBA. Wemby is now the best basketball player on the planet.
He's not quite there yet, I don't think. But I don't know. It's
who Luka?
I don't know. That's a tough question.
SGA? Probably still Joker.
I can't go.
Probably still
SGA.
Joker. It's probably still Joker.
I mean, if you calculate in all the times he gets to the foul line, it's got to be SGA, right? I mean, true or false, while we're on the NBA topic,
all right.
You would like to see, because this is kind of something that came out today, you would like to see the Wolves make a move for Ja Morant. Pair him up with Ant. Make that that Western Conference.
Am I getting gangster John Morant, or am I going to get regular John Morant?
As long as he can keep his firearms away from social media.
True. I want to go true. Why not? Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I'm all on board. I used to love Ja, man. And, Murray State guy, and the Wolves have kind of been falling a little bit. Anthony Edwards is one of my favorite players to watch. So I'm all on board with that.
True or false? Both DCHS boys and girls repeat as third region champions.
False. Catholics winning the girls.
Okay.
I'm taking Coach Robertson and the Aces.
I would say false too, and I'm going to lean towards Coach Mormon finally kicking that door in and getting one at Breck.
I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm not. Grayson County is going to give Davis County all they want.
Oh, there's no doubt.
And that's going to be.
That is going to. Hey, and don't count out Meade and Coach Hackert and Hayden Schaus is all I'm going to say. People, they're not getting enough credit for being a big-time regional contender.
I don't think they are. I think that's false. They're not. Meade's not a big-time regional contender. I got to see more.
Oh, you don't?
No, I got to see more outside the big three. I got to see more outside those three guys. I don't think they can. I mean, Grayson County and Davis County are mountains.
Okay.
That's no disrespect to Meade. I think Meade's going to be right there in the top 5 all season long. But no, I got to see more. I'm going to have to see more from Meade. The supporting cast.
Okay.
Schaus is a stud, first teamer, in my opinion. And the young point guard and House and Medley. I mean, I need to see more from the depth of the other teams, though, is just staggering.
Okay.
Davis County and Grayson both can go 6-7 deep.
I got a good one here for you. True or false? In an average college football season,
okay,
to get the best football in the playoffs, the SEC needs at least 6 schools in every year.
Oh gosh, it's true. It'd make for the best playoffs. I mean, in my opinion, but I mean, there's just no way you can do it.
Why not?
Well, I mean, you're going to leave. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you're in Memphis. Who wants to sit and watch?
First, here's my question:
Who wants to sit and watch a college football playoff game with Memphis?
I know they had to do this with the group of 5, but do you think I think to get it passed, you had to do what they had to do. But don't you think it's better for the college football playoff to kick the group of 5 out and say, hey, if you're not in the top 12, whatever that number is,
just make it 16. Let's make it an even 16 and put more SEC teams in it and see how many SEC teams survive till the round of 8. It'll take care of itself.
So you're like Brad Payne in the third region in the 9th district. Is that what you're telling me? You put more teams in, the more of them get there.
Yeah.
All right.
For
Okay.
sure.
All right.
No. Yeah. I mean, most of the times, I think that would be the case.
Would you want the playoff to go to 16?
I think it would be better. I mean, I think it would be better. I don't love the buys. I mean, not only that, but I think you're forcing.
Didn't every buy team lose last year?
They did. Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's an advantage or disadvantage. I'm just saying that, to me, I think 16 would even it out a little more, because right now you're going to have a bad ACC team is going to be in there. Memphis is going to be in there, and that's so you'll really only have 10 teams that are watchable, and even then there's a couple of them that aren't great. And then you're saying, why would you add more? Well, I think because the teams you added on the backside of the
Texas,
SEC,
you would get Texas
could
in
win
there.
a couple games.
Yeah, maybe.
So I mean,
maybe
does Memphis have any chance to win a playoff game?
No.
I mean, come on.
No,
I mean,
right now,
does
you know who Memphis
does
is going to
Vanderbilt?
Hold on, Memphis is going to
Texas?
have to go to Georgia to play a playoff game.
Come on, I mean,
that's going to be a running clock
that's
situation.
Why you put more in there to get better quality teams on the back end.
No offense to him, Grayson County has a better chance of beating Owensboro Friday night than Memphis does at Georgia, if that's how it ends up.
Man, that's a tough one. I don't know if I can go there.
I'm going there.
That's tough.
I'm going there.
Barry and Memphis, they're just catching all kinds of strays here on Live at 5.
True or false? This is the year that the third region boys basketball regional champion breaks the 10-year losing streak at the state tournament.
Let me see the draw.
No. They're breaking.
Let me see
True,
the draw.
they're breaking. I don't care the draw.
True or false? Jet Goldsberry has a legitimate argument for offensive and defensive player of the year.
True.
Absolutely
100%
does.
true.
Doesn't
Look at his stats and watch his games.
He might be defensive player of the year.
I mean,
he's going to play defense in the SEC.
I know. Absolutely 100% true.
I mean, it's never happened before.
It's never happened in the ESPN. It may happen.
Wow. That's how good Jet Goldsberry is. We'll see you tomorrow live at 5.
You've been listening to Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game. Special thanks to Foreman Watson Hultree for sponsoring the preceding broadcast. FWHlegal.com. Tune in next time for Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game.